guys, Lori here. So I'm here to do part 2 of my book Expo book haul. I think I got most of these books on book 2, but I definitely did get all these books at Book Expo. I just wanted to split my haul because I didn't want it to be super long. So let's get into it. I saw Alexandra Bracken a total of like 5 times at this convention. So yeah, I have a lot of books signed by her. I was not planning on getting Darkest Legacy, I'll be really honest, because I am getting a signed copy from Good Choice Reading, but I was there and I just wanted it early. So this will definitely be a book that I'm going to read this month. But yeah, I did get it signed. She's lovely in person. I think I terrified her because I was in such a rush to leave her line to get this book, which I'll talk about later, that I think I scared her. But then I apologized the next day, so all was good. But this is so nice, and I got a signed copy. Do have an art coming in the mail, but it's always nice, and I'll definitely be putting this in my forever collection. The next book that I was talking about later was from an Epic Reads drop. It's called The Light Between Worlds by Laura E. Wilmot. And I'm just gonna read you the back, because once I read the summary on Goodreads, I had to stay for this book. Originally, I was going to leave much earlier on Friday, and I wasn't going to do this drop and this drop, but I stayed, and I'm actually really glad that I stayed. But this summary is 6 years ago, sisters Evelyn and Pippa Hanwell were swept away to a strange, beautiful kingdom called Woodland, where they lived for years, but ever since they returned to their lives in the post-World War II era England, they have struggles to adjust. Eve desperately wants to return to the woodlands, and Philippa wants to move on. When Eve goes missing, Philippa must confront the depths of her sister's despair and painful truths that they've been running from. As the weeks unfold, Philippa wonders if Eve ever truly did find a way home, or if the weight of the world's pulled her under. That sounds like an amazing book, and I was so excited. When I read the summary, I knew I had to stay, and I really, really want to read this book. So this will probably not get this book will probably get read before October, but it does sound really interesting. The next book that I got was Imprison the Sky by A.C. Goggin. I have not read Rain the Earth, but a friend of mine, Samantha, who I met at the con, encouraged me to go online and get it. I do have Rain the Earth, so once I read Rain of the Earth, I will read Imprison the Fire. And I actually have a long time, because this doesn't come out until January, so hopefully I can read this before January, which would be nice. But this cover is so pretty, too. Also, I went to the Owl Crate booth on Friday, and they had to choose 4 or pick 4, and I wound up getting The Healer by Donna Fettis, and this is a book about a girl who can miraculously is given the power to heal all kind of ailments. People around the world believe she's a saint, but her power also means she can never live a normal life. When she meets a Finn, a boy who makes her want to fall in love for the first time, she begins to doubt whether her gift is worth all that she must give to keep, all she must give up to keep it. So this also comes out in October. The next book I got was Mother Know Best, which is for a Disney book, and this is a tale of the old witch. And this is basically a story about Mother Gothel, and I know that there's a bunch of them, but this is the one that I saw at Disney, so I decided to pick it up, and hopefully I will like it. And this comes out in August. This one was actually a funny pick. I was online for Descendants book, but then I saw Amber Tamblyn. If you guys know nothing about me, I loved soap operas when I was little, and I'm a huge GH fan. I'm hopefully going to start watching again this summer, but I saw Amber Tamblyn, who was signing books of Any Man by Amber Tamblyn, and I had to go meet her and get this book signed, and I was so happy that I did. And this is a book, it's like a blazing original, unforgettable debut novel, Any Man. Amber Tamblyn brings a startling specter of sexual violence in the shadowy form of Maud, a female serial rapist who preys on men. That sounds like something I've never read before, and I just really wanted to meet her. And this book comes out in, it comes out next month. This month. It comes out the end of this month, which is really cool. So hopefully I get to read this soon, and I will report back. But it was lovely meeting her live and in person, and I've been a fan of hers for a while. There's also a lot of clone books floating around. And this is The Similars by Rebecca Hanover. 6 clones, 1 elite boarding school, and countless deadly secrets. This comes out in January 2019. Can you be the original if you've been copied? And this was from Sourcebooks. Another book that I picked up, which was another one from Disney, which is Beatrice Thinker, Upside Down Thinking, Incognito. This is the second book in a series, but I'm sure I can really speed through this and then give it to my kids at the gym. But I saw it and I had to read, I had to buy it. And I also like I had to get it. And also, I started reading it online, and it went pretty fast. So, if you guys watched my other video, I told you I started a bunch of books online and stuff, and that was one that I started. But I also thought it was really adorable. The next book I picked up was also from Macmillan. Oh no, this is from Tor, and this is called Echo Room by Parker Peavehouse, and this is a small claustrophobic speculative thriller with immersive psychological mystery. The Echo Room follows two strangers with fractured memories who escape a strange prison, only to discover they weren't locked in, but locking someone or something out. And this comes out in September, but it's another psychological mystery that I will probably read over the summer. This is another book that I won. There's another one, but these are for the kids, and it's called Blast Out Back, A Peek into the Past. This is one is about the Civil War. Forgot which booth I got this in, but I will definitely be giving this to the kids at the gym. Another Simon Pulse fix was Devil Thief by Lisa Maxwell. This book is a monster. This book comes out in October. I still have not read the Last Magician, but I saw this, so it's definitely inspired me a little bit more to read The Magician's Thief in a more timely fashion. But thank you again, Simon Pulse. This was a very, very fun find. And this is another Blast Back, A Peek into the Past. This is the Civil Rights Movement. This is another really, really easy book for kids, and I will probably review these and then give them away to the kids at the gym. And then I met a new friend of mine named Samantha at the gym. I met her online at a couple other things, and we decided to spend most of the day wandering around together. And she was going online for Melissa De La Cruz, and her sister already had an extra ticket, so I wound up getting Rise of the Isle of the Lost Sign to me, and I really love the books, and I have to catch up, but this was just a fun find that will be go on my forever shelf. And they were also giving out samples of the Disney's graphic novel series, which I have, so if anyone wants this, hit me up on Twitter, and I will happily send it to you, because I don't really keep samplers. This is another one. This is from Penguin Random House. Age of Miracles, The Dreamers, and by Kara Thompson's Walker. Yeah, I'm going to read you guys the back because it sounded really interesting. In the hills of Southern California, a freshman girl stumbles into her dorm room, falls asleep, and doesn't wake up. Her roommate can't rouse her, neither can the paramedics, nor the Plex doctors at the hospital. When a second girl falls asleep, then another. Panic takes hold of the college and spreads to a nearby town. Those infected are displaying unusual brain activity more than ever been recorded. They are dreaming hidden dreams, but of what? As the number of cases multiplies, classes are canceled, quarantine is established, a psychiatrist summoned from Los Angeles to make sense of the illnesses as it spreads. And this book does come out in January. This is another late release. There was a lot of January releases that I did not expect, so this one is one that I will definitely be reading. I love mysteries, and I love science-based mysteries, so this one sounds really interesting. I also did pick up a copy of The Unicorn Quest, Secret in the Stone by Camilla Benko. This is from Bloomsbury. I have not read book 1, so I will definitely be getting that book from my library so I can read this, and this comes out in February 2019. So I do have a long time to read that, but I definitely would like to read it in a more timely fashion. And I also was able to pick up a copy of Escaping Houdini, and I got to meet Carrie Maniscalco. She signed it to me. I still have to read Haunting Prince Dracula, but this is one of my highly anticipated books, and this also comes out in September. And this book that I have is, oh dear, this is like on the back side of it. Lindsay Eager's The Bigfoot Files. Sorry, the cover is a little bit off, but it's called The Bigfoot Files. Some things are true whether you believe in them or not. And I don't know if this is I think it must be a kid book. I think it must be like a young adult book or a middle grade book, but it's from Candlewick Press, and this comes out in it does not tell me when it comes out, but I will definitely be reading this in a quick and timely fashion, and this cover is really pretty. Everyone wanted this book, and I remember people, when they see me have, like, where did you get it? I'm like, they just kind of handed it to me, but this is Dry by Neil Schusterman and Jared Schusterman. They were doing a signing, and I didn't wind up staying for that, but a critically acclaimed author, Neil Shusterman, has teams up with Jared Shusterman in the story Survival when the California drought escalates to catastrophic promotions, and this comes out in October. I've never read anything by Neil Shusterman. I heard the Sight series is really, really good, so hopefully this will be a nice entryway book, and I like it. And I do like a good dystopian series, so hopefully this is good as well. I also picked up The Summer of Us by Celia Venice. This also comes out this month, so I will have to read this in a more timely fashion. It's a contemporary, and I think it takes place in a different country, which I always love, and this is from Novel. And this is another book that I started reading online somewhere, so I do know a basic premise of it, but I would love to read more and give you guys my thoughts. This was the one book that I was going in there specifically waiting for, and that is Little White Lies from Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I have read all of Jennifer Lynn Barnes' books and really enjoy them, and this is a debutante novel, and I was really excited to get my hands on this. This comes out in November, but I can guarantee you I won't be waiting to November to read this because it just sounds so good. So definitely will be reading this in a quick and timely fashion. I also picked up another book, and this is a Disney book, which is Part of Your World, A Twisted Tale. Ariel and Beauty and the Beast are some of my favorite retellings, or some of my favorite fairy tales. So when I saw this, I had to pick it up, and I will definitely be reading this in a timely fashion, and this also comes out in September. I know it's not likely I will read all these books by September, but these are released when they come out. And I also picked up a hardback copy of Bruja Born from Zorita Cordova, and I do have Labyrinth of the Lost. I did buy that book, but my friend was able to get this copy signed for me as well. I did get that signed at BookCon, so. And then I also picked up a copy of Small Spaces by Catherine Arden. This is another middle grade, which is from the author of The Bear and the Nightingale, and to get this signed to a little girl at the gym, which means I have to read this in a more timely fashion, and this does come out in September. This is another science fiction story. A mysterious biodome appears in Niagara. The locals begin to whisper of its healing powers. As the rumors spread, a town grows around it in Rosewater, and one secret agent has to figure out what is going on. And this came from Orbit Books, and it does come out in September. And I also did pick up Dragon Pearl When You and Lee, which is the second book or the third book in the Rick Riordan Presents series. This does not come out until 2019, but this is new Rick Riordan Presents, a space opera with elements of Korean mythology. I love that Rick Riordan is doing that. He is encouraging other people to write about their culture and culture that he does not feel comfortable writing about, and I think that is just amazing. I also picked up Phantom Wheel from Tracy Debs, which is another novel pick. Can a group of brilliant team hackers stop the supervisor's Phantom Wheel before it is too late? And this comes out in October. I heard about this on the BookCon website, and I was like, oh my god, that book sounds adorable. And it is Hope Never Dies, an Obama-Biden mystery. Guys, not to get all political, but I love Joe and Obama. They're like my favorite bromance. So to have a novelization of this, oh my god, I am just in love with this novel. It is not even an ARC. I think it's a finished copy, but I am definitely reading this book. Definitely reading it. Might even read it sooner than anything else just because I think it's so funny. And to be honest, the political situation is making me a tad depressed. So this will definitely put a smile on my face. All right, political rant over. And then the last book I recall getting at BEA and BookCon, ooh, my books are all gonna fall, is Sanity in Tallulah by Molly Brooks, and she did sign this she just signed it, but this is a graphic novel, and it's a space-themed graphic novel. So those are all the books that I can remember that I got from BEA and BookCon, so I'm going to finish organizing these, and then I'm going to move on to my BookCon book haul. And that is where it gets a little bit more crazy, so just prepare yourself. I'll see you guys for my next book haul. Tell me in the comments what books you're excited to see me review, and what books you think I should host some giveaways for in the future, and I'll talk to you guys later.